All right, thank you for your attention. I want to talk about the scheme or model from NLP, the Surface and Deep Structure, but this time in an updated version, because I'm quite sure that this model is often glossed over and not given enough attention, while I think that you can find all of NLP, every technique, every model, every presupposition in the scheme of the deep structure and the surface structure. This will be an expanded version. First I'll start with the surface, which in this version is just a column C, with the tip of the iceberg sticking out, which is all languages in the surface structure. And then we have clouds above that, and everything, so this is the surface. This is the deep structure. And this is what I call the height structure. We first start to see what's in the deep structure. In the deep structure there is this piece, which is reality. Some people train that we create our own realities. That's false. It doesn't work at all like that. And there is a real reality. We don't know whether it's one or maybe more. That can all kinds of discussions. But there's something like a reality, but we know nothing about it. We only know there is something. What we do now is...
There's more pens behind you.
I want these pens.
Those pens.
What I do know is that we only know something as how we experience reality. And actually that can be on three ways. Either we can experience something in a negative way, in a neutral way, or in a positive way. And because all the experience is way too much detail, way too much sounds, too much images, too much feelings, too much smells and tastes. So what our brain does is generalize from those experiences towards the way the brain is programmed. And this programming is being done at the next level in the deep structure. And also the programming can be in a negative way, in a neutral way, or in a positive way. And it will result in, if it is negative, in a limited world model, where people don't have enough options and hence are in problems, or in a normal model of the world, which I find most of the time also to be too limited, or in a model of the world that has excellence in it. So this is a lot of what's happening with NLP, where you can see that on the level of experience, on this level, it's all about 5 senses. But the programming part, that part is being done in submodalities. So this is the submodality part. So basically what we do with NLP, within an individual, is that we listen to the language they're using. The language is the result, what's coming from the experience and the programming. And then we create new experiences for the person, so that in the new experience it has enough impact to make sure that the programming changes on that level. And we can check that by listening to hear whether the way they describe themselves and the problems or their life has changed. Is this clear so far? Very good. So what's in the height structure? I think in the height structure there's a lot. It's a kind of reversed pyramid. In the sense that the linguistic part, language, is most of the time we are really listening to how a person uses a sentence. what he's saying, sometimes a couple of sentences, sometimes we listen to special words, but we have almost no clue what we as a society use in all the different ways that we can use language. And that's what I think is in the height. This is the collection of all possible uses of our language, or all actual uses of our language, and it will form our vocabulary. So this is not something that a person has, but it's something that we as a community has. And I think that's one of the pieces that NLP is lacking, in the sense that it's very much oriented towards the individual and maybe towards a group in a class setting. But that if we look at all the different uses of language, and that gives us our vocabulary, we can actually also use this model to change the world, to change society, to change our community. Because it's the complete set of all different uses of our language. So the more people we change by experiences and by programming, they will change their way they use their language, and hence the vocabulary will change, and society at large will change. Thank you very much.